Hey, what's going on, guys? Rose here, and today we have a bit of a different video. Today we're going to be talking about anime Saga and some tips and tricks that you should learn about when you just start up the game. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and let's just hop right in. The first thing we're going to be talking about is about units. So there's a lot of units in this game, obviously, and the ones that I personally recommend to start off for progressive, I would recommend is Gohan, Zoro, and Kazakuri. Pain isn't really that good, and we'll just talk more about it. Gohan's a really good mythic because he provides a lot of damage in the team. You can spam a lot of his moves. He does just a really good amount of damage, and for what he is as a legendary, he's really good to pick up, and he will carry you for a lot of the time. He also hits air units, which doesn't become a problem until the Demon Slayer world, or I believe the West City map. So don't worry about it too much about air units, but he does a lot of damage. You're able to spam a lot of his moves easily, and he's really good pickup. Zoro, similar case, he does a lot of damage. He has a lot of good moves. His X ability, you're able to hold and spam, which does a lot of damage, so very good pickup as well. And similar to Katakuri, he has a C move that allows him to pick around everyone up, just do a lot of damage. And he also has a really good support where you can take his Mochi hands and then swap to another unit and just basically do a lot of damage. So those are really three good legendary pickups. Now, yet again, if you don't have any legendaries, let's say you get really unlucky, summoning just a little bit in the beginning, I do say Usopp is a really good use. Sasuke is pretty decent. Goku's really good. I do recommend using Goku a lot, and Vegeta. They're really good units, so I do recommend to use those guys as beginners. Now, if we're talking about mythics, I do recommend going for Okarun because he is a very good beginner unit. He does provide a lot of he does quick damage. He does a lot of good damage for story mode. Obviously later on he doesn't get good for infinite and stuff like that, but for beginning, and if you were to get him really early on, really solid. And I'd say the next couple of other mythics, I say Sid is really good because he has a lot of immunity and if frames. He also has a really good nuke when you evolve him, which evolving does take a while. You also do have Fenrin, which has a really good support that allows you to not take damage in a bubble. Chainsaw Man is also really good because he's able to spam a lot of his moves, and he's able to do a lot of damage, and he has the highest M1 damage in the game. But yet again, he doesn't have a lot of invincibility frames, so do keep that in mind. And that about wraps up for all the units. Doma is also pretty good. He's a really good support. He's able to slow enemies and actually do a lot of support abilities, so do keep that in mind. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about is about codes. Now, to find codes in the lobby, you just want to just boot up the game, obviously go past play. I just want to walk over there where the reroll section is at, and once you go to the left side over here, you're going to see Fern or Freerin, and you just talk to her and you put in the codes here. Now, I'm going to put some of the codes up in the screen. Now, do keep in mind you do have to be level 10 in order to claim them, because they just don't want people to start botting accounts and just keep retrying over and over. And these are really good just to start off. Whenever you do get to level 10, they do help out a lot. And another thing you should do is when you also spawn in, go and join the group and like the game so you can get the group rewards. Gives you a decent amount of gems, some codes, or some gold. So it's really nice. It's a really good way to start out. So it's not the worst thing, but it's at least helping you out later on down the line. Now, the next thing we're going to be talking about is team ups. Now, team ups are really useful. Essentially, if you have two of the same unit from the same series, they will get a buff. For example, I'm going to put up on the screen. Here we have the One Piece team up, where if you have Luffy, Sanji, Mochi, Zoro, whoever, in the One Piece series, you will get a 30% bonus gold and gem reward, so giving them more stuff when you finish the stage. Now, if you have this Demon Slayer one, you actually get more total team damage. You do more damage. And then if you have the Naruto one, you get more skill cooldown recovery, which is really nice. So as you can see, a lot of these team ups are really useful and can help a lot for your team. So I do recommend, if you do have two units that you just see that are in the same team, highly recommend you just put them together because it will help you out in the long run. So just keep an eye out on that. Now, the next thing we'll be talking about is EXP and where to get it. Obviously, you do just get EXP just from playing the story normally, naturally. But if you want to actually get more value out of it, currently there is a ×2 EXP mode right now. So if you do want to farm it out, I do recommend it. Now, the best bosses to farm them, I do recommend you find Aokiji. Aokiji is in Act 3. I do farm this one very much as often because it does give me a good amount of XP, and it is a very easy boss to defeat. Now, there's also the Golden Buddha, which he is a bit difficult, but the problem is that he does a lot of damage if you don't dodge any of his moves a lot. But it depends on to what you want to do. You want to do Aokiji, it's very quicker to get to, or you want to do Buddha, which has the higher risk and reward type of thing. So depends up to your playstyle, but that should give you a good amount of XP to get to level 10 or to level 25 in time. The reason why I don't recommend the other stages like Red Light District and West Cities, because they're a bit too difficult and it takes too long whereas Marine Island has just a straightforward map. You can get it under 5 to 7 minutes, even with legendaries and everything. So I do recommend doing the Marine Island. It's way more simpler, it's way easier. Infinity doesn't give you EXP, it's just there just for like leaderboards and just for gems and whatnot. So don't worry about Infinite too much, but I do highly recommend farming Aokiji. He's in Act 3. Do it on Legendary. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for the tips and tricks video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It did take a little bit of time to make and compact all of the stuff, but I hope you guys this helps you a lot and it actually helps you progress throughout the game. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I will be making more anime Saga videos if you guys do enjoy it, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.